We pulled some cards on our creative energy before bed tonight. This is the embodiment of anxiety. How we would like to see ourselves, the energy that we would like to be in related to the Queen of Wands, but then the reality of, kind of how we actually feel. When I am anxious, what usually happens is kind of what's being depicted in the image. This person has their hands up by their throat chakra. And when I get anxious, it's like it's hard for me to communicate. It's hard for me to find the words. And there's awareness that I'm not always like this. I'm more than likely in this kind of energy, very open, able to locate the words, able to, usually communicate in a way that is within alignment. But, here comes the perfectionism, right? Like sometimes it's not always like that. Like sometimes the words are going to be jumbled up a little bit. And if we're thinking about like creative projects and things like that, it's the same thing for art. We may have this bright spark of an idea, and at times we feel really confident about it. We sit down at our desk, we get comfy, we lay out all of our tools around us, we prepare our table, and then the thoughts happen. How do I start? What do I start with? Am I doing this correctly? Maybe I don't have everything that I need. So the message here feels like acknowledging that it's all a balance. There are going to be some days where we can show up, in this energy, but then there are going to be some days where it's like this, checking that negative self-talk, not getting caught up in what we haven't done, taking the moment to celebrate the things that we have done, but then also making a plan to get whatever it is to a place on the progress meter, that makes you feel confident again, that gets you kind of out of your